absolutely boiling today, and once again I've got no aircon. There it is. And then as soon as you get your spreader going over it, there we go. This is my turn off up here, off the Jude Highway again. Here it is, there's plough. Good morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. We've got something a bit different on the back today. We're also in a bit of a different tractor. You've all seen it all before, very often. But when has this Claas ever been in a field? I can't name once I've ever seen it in a field. It's always on the back of on the front of the feeder wagon. But yeah, we've got a muck spreader on the back today. We're just spreading a whole crop field with some muck that we carted up last year and this February kind of time with the Maxim and the yellow Richie Weston, if you remember those videos. So that's what we're spreading. We're spreading with a bunning, forgotten what you call it now, spreader, and the Claas. The reason we're spreading with the Claas is because this requires 1,000 speed PTO, and the Maxim's 1,000 speed PTO doesn't have enough splines on it, I don't think, from what I can gather anyway, so they've put this on instead. It's doing a good enough job. This is only 90 horsepower, I think. It's pulling it all right though. It's doing a grand job. It doesn't like going above C5. Won't pull it then with a load of muck on, but apart from that, it's doing a grand job. So yeah, just spreading this whole crop field, and then he's coming some point in the next couple of days to plough it, I think. Get it all ploughed and then seeded. Then there's more fields down the road that they've been spread. I didn't do them, but they're going to get ploughed and seeded as well, I think. So yeah, it's going quite well. I've just got on with the job really. They showed me how to do it this morning, and been going since then really. A couple hours. It's a decent job actually. I'll show you where we're loading up and stuff, and hopefully make for a nice video. So we have to kind of drive on the grass here, but it's alright. It hasn't actually grown that much, so it won't do any damage. Driving over it a little bit, so I've been told anyways. So yeah, yeah, you have to drive over the grass to be able to reverse up to the right correct angle to be able to load up. It's quite dry actually. I can't even remember the last time it rained. It's like last spring really. It's been very, very dry and sunny as well. The one day I come muck spreading though, it's gone cloudy again. Oh, there it is. That's the setup. See, I've given the Claas a bit of a wash as well. Could probably have done with reversing that back a little bit more, but should be alright. This is a real test for these tyres as well. They've been slipping a little bit so far, but very, very slippy surface anyway, so I think the old ones would have slipped as well. This is the only time that I think Ag Spec tyres would do a better job than these on this kind of stubbly stuff, really. This is the only job that we'd rather have Ag Spec tyres. I think this is the only time the Manitou is up here. back in the cab. You can see I've moved my phone holder out the Maxim onto here, just while I'm muck spreading. So the Maxim's currently on the feeder. Well, this is out here on the spreader, because like I said before about the PTO thing, as you can see, you've probably just seen it, it's dead slippy. So yeah, just leaving the bit off the verge at the moment. He's going to come and do them himself, I think, because they've got rocks in it, and there's a certain art to getting it down without getting rocks in the bucket, I think. But yeah, apart from that, it's going well. We've had no fatalities yet. It's going quite well. It's not the hardest job. It's easy to do the job itself. It's just making sure that you're not marking the grass, obviously, there, avoiding any wet spots in the field and stuff like that, really. Doing the spreading is actually not too bad, so it's going all right so far. Right, so here we are. Just, you can see where I've been, just kind of along that margin there. There's a wet spot there, so I'm sticking more to this side. Bit of a wet spot at the far end. I'm spreading in A3. I might stick it in A4 because we're not quite making it to the end of the runs. That usually works out about 2 or 3k, 2.5k, something like that. So I'll just pull forward a little bit, give myself enough room to travel behind when I'm empty. So the first thing you always do with the muck spreader is turn the beaters on, and then you rev it up to about 900 margin, there we go. And then open your back door with this. That's opening there. There we go. And then you turn your floor on like that, lock it in. Now that slowly starts turning down there. There's just a little mechanism that you can see down there. You maybe can't pick it up on the camera. Then if you wait a few, maybe 10-15 seconds, it'll start coming out the back, and that's when you release your clutch and go for it, really. Starts coming now. We'll probably go about now. There we go, there it is. Now that'll start coming out, avoid that wet spot, and that's it really. Now you just sit about 2k, as I said, 2.5k, and wait till it's empty, really. Obviously observing all your wet spots and stuff, making sure you don't bog the tractor. And you can turn with this PTO, it's a wide angle PTO, which is good. I've got no aircon in here, I've got no radio. I'm having to run with the door open. Rubbish, really bad. But I have got 2 sets of mirrors, which is good, and 2 fenders, which is excellent. But I haven't got a radio or air conditioning. There's the bank. You can see the crown of the bank there, and then it just suddenly goes zoop, and it's gone. Oh, that does not look good. I think it was that steep and wet last year that they left the crop of whole crop on it, because they were most likely going to get stuck, and he said he wouldn't be able to get it out if it got stuck because of how bad the bank is. It's not as bad as I remember actually, but it's still bad. I wouldn't want to chance it with this thing. Like, it'll still get seeded, mind, but I'm not chancing it with this. Just got another load on the back here, pretty full load this one. I was only loading them half full before because I was parked on the grass, and you don't want to spill any on the grass, so I only filled it half full so only didn't spill over the sides. But now we've cleared a bit of the muck ridden, I can actually park where the old muck was and put the spreader on there, and then I can load a bit more on, because it doesn't really matter if it spills over the sides on that part of the muck bit. But yeah, I've got it all down there done, just this bit here. I've left a little strip in between the two so I can get to the end of the field without driving over where I've spread. And yeah, it's going quite well. That's what he said, to leave a bit where you can drive over, so you're not getting muck all over the tyres and bringing it back to the yard and stuff like that. But yeah, I've got a bit to do around there, another strip by the dike, bit by the top, and just this bit really. So I don't know what the other stuff's going to go on. He might want me to go over it again, I'm not sure. We'll find out. Right, well, we're back for day 2. Absolutely boiling today, and once again I've got no aircon, so we're struggling on in the temperature area. Apart from that though, it's going well. I'm just doing a second coat on the field. I finished about half 6 last night because I got the full field done with one coat, and then I'm letting it dry now so I can drive back over it. Someone's in the Manitou over there. So I can go back over it without it sticking to the wheels, because you don't want to bring it out the gateway. That would be then it would be all over this grass field here. So you want to keep away from the driving over the wet muck, which will stick to the tyres. And also, I forgot to say yesterday, when you turn your spreader off when you finish, you leave your back door up until your beaters have stopped spinning, and then once they've stopped spinning you can put your door down. That's what I was told. I've made a little highway again, just to run across to get to the other side of the field, and it's flattening out every time I go over it. It's still a bit bumpy in this tractor, so it's got no cab suspension or anything. Neither's the Maxim, but this just seems so much more uncomfy. And I don't like the gearbox in this tractor for field work. It's alright on the feeder, but the gearbox in this for field work is just a big no-no. I much prefer the range command gearbox in the Maxim. I don't know what this is. I think it's Massey. I think it's Hexa shift. I hate it. It's, honestly, if you change it down a range too quickly in here, the wheels will just start spinning. The grip, well, it's not even the grip, it's just the gearbox. It's not the best. It's not the best. It's usable. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I'd rather have the Maxim's gearbox. So yeah, it's going well, apart from the lack of aircon. And she's off for another load. There we go. I've been up since about 5:30, 5:45 this morning. Come out, did all the feeds today because the person that does the feeds is having a day off. So I've come out and done the feeds with the Maxim today. Bit of a pain with that tractor. One, because it's only got one mirror, it's not very good. But two, the A1 in the Maxim is a hell of a lot faster than the A1 in this tractor. I think I've said that before when the Maxim was last on the feeder. So it's a bit more of a hassle to put the feed out with it, but it's alright. They're all done. Dry cow loads going out. I mixed it up, but they've still got plenty of feed, so he's going to put that out later on, I think. He might put it out now, I'm not sure. I'm going back down at 2:30. It's currently 12:33. I'll be down at 2:30 to do some milking. They're starting in half an hour, but there's someone, we start the calves, so there's 3 of them milking at the moment. Well, there will be at 1 o'clock, that's when they start. And then at 3 o'clock, there's one person drops off to go and feed the calves, all the calves, milk and stuff. And that's when I'll come down to fill in that 3rd person, because you can kind of run the parlour with 2 people. You definitely wouldn't run ours with 1, because obviously 20 aside, no swing over. But yeah, you can just about run it with 2, but preferably 3. So in the morning we tend to run it with 2, but then in the afternoon, so everyone can get home on time, we run about 3. So I'll be down to be that 3rd person. I enjoy milking, it's alright. Decent job, gives me a break from this as well. Yeah, we'll maybe get this muck finished by then though. It's, there's not actually that much left. It's been fun though. He's ploughing down at the other whole crop field. He's ploughing down there, slurrying down there. I think then this will get a coat of slurry potentially, I'm not sure. And then this will get ploughed, and then he'll be done with the seeder in the next couple of days, I would have thought. Fingers crossed if all goes to plan anyways. We're on Highway Jude. It's the unsmoothest road in the world. It's quite bumpy on Highway Jude today. It's very, it's not rocky, but it's quite hard, and it's very bumpy. Highway Jude staff maintenance team might need to come out and smooth it out a little bit, I think. Yeah, Although Highway Jude is the best road in the world. You can drive in it for an excess fee of £25. Very cheap to drive on this road. Done a good job of getting these tyres mucky on the rims. They were pretty clean yesterday. Oh, at least the cab's fairly clean. Floor's absolutely wrecked. Pedal's a bit mucky. Door's got muck over it. And there's just a collection of my hoodies on the dashboard from deciding I'm way too hot. Coming along the bumpiest part of the field because I'm going across the way he's worked it with the discs. It's extremely bumpy when you come across the opposite way, as you can see, and this Claas's suspension, like I said before, is absolutely dreadful. Oh, here it is. There it is. And then as soon as you get your spreader going over it, there we go. Very bumpy. It's even worse with the full load on, because all the weight's on the back. You actually the tractor's near enough bouncing off the ground. No matter how slow you go over it, there's always a bit of a bump there. Try and keep it as calm as possible, but every single time it's very bumpy. Day 3 and the Maxim's on the job. So what happened this morning was, it was on the feeder and someone has broken the electrics, so the display for the feeder, the counter, wasn't working with that tractor, so we've had to take the Claas off the muck spreader and put that on the feeder, and now we're having to run the muck spreader at 540. So he said it's alright running at 540 as long as you only put little loads on, just to finish the pile off really, because as you can see there's barely anything left. So like an hour or so and it'll be all done, I'm hoping. So yeah, it's nice to have the Maxim on the job. It's a better tractor in my opinion, better gearbox and everything, so it's going well so far. I've just spread the first load, we're about to get the second one out now. And we're back in the field again. I've finished all the muck at that pile there, that's all gone. He just wants me to take a few loads out the ridding in the yard by the silage pits. So I'm just taking 5 or 6 loads out of there now. This is my second load, and I like this stuff because it's got 0 stones in, absolutely none. Whereas that other stuff, you can get a couple little pebbles and stuff in there. It's not the funniest, but this, it's a lot nicer. It's harder to break up with the spreader, but it's nice because there's less rocks. There's a public footpath just after this field, and there was 2 people just watching me, staring at me. I felt a bit pressured. Oh dear. But yeah, I love spreading with the Maxim. It's a hell of a lot better, to be honest. Gearbox is so much better. Suspension, a bit better. It's practically the same, like, but it's usable, and there's a radio, which I need to turn down actually before I get copyrighted. But yeah, love this tractor. It's a hell of a lot better to spread with than the Claas. I'll say that much. Spread is still going strong, tractor's still going strong, still got plenty of fuel, and the Manitou is still going strong, so we're doing well. This is my turn off up here, off the Jude Highway again, up the bumpy country roads, and we arrive at our destination just next to where we're spreading. Also, I like spreading this stuff because I can see a bit better where I've been. It's a bit lighter in colour, and obviously when you're spreading it over where you've already been with the same muck, it tends to get a bit hard. Spreading in A1, which goes about 2k when you've got it revved at 540, spreader manages fine with 540. It's just obviously the beaters aren't spinning as fast, so it's not spreading it as wide, and it won't be able to get it out as quick, so you've just got to be a bit easy with it. But as long as you put half loads on, just little loads, don't pile it up, it manages it fine. As I say, it's just for this morning to finish off what was there and get a couple of loads out of here, so it's going really well. Right, let's get the PTO on. Tell you what, this tractor makes a fair sound. Get her up to 540, 540, 550. Open your back door. There she goes. Faster hydraulics on this tractor as well. Cover your beaters. Get the floor moving. Pull that right back. Floor's slowly moving there. And we're starting to spread. Just wait a few seconds for it to come through. Got the same aircon problem in this tractor, none whatsoever, and the doors don't stay open on this one, so bit of an issue there. And we're done. Cleared that about half empty there. He's wanting half left in for another field that we're going to plough up and put in his whole crop, I believe. Going to pull this Claas in front of this what's it, gearbox doing here, John Deere, lovely John Deere. It's got power harrow on the back. If you remember that John Deere, it was the one Muck spreading, and then there's one behind that yellow trailer 6M with the plough on, so they're ploughing away. I'll pull this around the other way actually, I think. Here it is, there's the plough, Cavernland 6155M, as you've all seen before. Lovely job. Nice tractor that. Absolutely mint.